Alright guys, today I want to show you how to get people to do what you want. You see, if you're watching this video, your goal is probably to make a bunch of money. And you think that you can make money. But in reality is, you're not the Federal Reserve, right? The Federal Reserve is the only people who can actually print money. No one else can do that. So you simply cannot make money. You can't do it. So how do you get it? How do you get a lot of money? Well, you have to take it. Someone has to give you money. So on the other side of you making money means there's someone giving you money, right? And what do people care about the most? Well, usually money. So you have got to be able to convince someone to do something. You have to be able to get people to do what you want, which in this case is to give you money. So let's talk about exactly how to do that. You see, we do that by learning how to persuade. So persuasion, this is the act of getting someone to do what you want. And when you hear the word persuasion, you're thinking of like used car salesmen, like crappy sales tactics. Like, that's not persuasion, guys. Persuasion is not convincing. You will not see me ever convincing anyone of anything. Why? Because I know it's not possible. You can't convince people of things. People have egos and they don't want to be wrong. And convincing implies that you have to change their mind by forcing them to change, which is not going to happen. You will not catch me convincing, right? Convincing is not persuasion. It is not persuasion. I meant to do that there. There we go. Convincing is not persuasion. Persuasion is getting them to do what you want and aligning it with what they want. So instead of trying to convince them, you just persuade them. You make it desirable to them. So people, here's the thing. People, most of the time, only do what they want to do. So instead of trying to convince someone to do what you want them to do, you just have to align your wants together. So if you make them want to do what you want, guess what? Everyone's happy, right? And so it's all about creating an environment in which you create a buying environment and not a selling. So you're not trying to sell them on something, you're trying to get them to buy something. Like, they want this thing. That is the biggest difference. And so how do we do that? Well, people buy what is beneficial to them. So people want to do what's beneficial. Like, they're always looking out for their interest. As humans, in our selfish natures, we're always trying to look out for ourselves first. Now, obviously, that's not what we want to try to do. We want to serve others. We want to follow Jesus' example. And the Bible says that Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. So if Jesus, the Son of God, came and he didn't come to be served, and how much more should us filthy humans serve others, right? We should try to serve others. But as a rule, most people are just looking out for themselves. Like, that is how most people's default mode are. So we have to align what we want them to do as beneficial to them. How do we do that? Well, what does beneficial mean? Beneficial means like it is useful for solving a problem. Very simple, right? It's useful for solving a problem. So the first step is to make them aware of a problem. So you have to align what you want them to do with their problem. So for instance, I sell a course, a low-ticket course in the description. It's really freaking good, by the way. You should go buy it because I believe in my stuff. But if I want people to buy this course about persuasion, how to persuade people, I must show them why persuasion is the problem. And the reason that I'm telling you guys this right now is because think about what I just did. If you were feeling like you're at all interested in buying my persuasion course, think about what I just did. I just told you that the reason you're broke is because you don't know how to persuade. You see how I just did exactly what I'm showing you as I'm showing you it. Like, this is meta stuff, guys. I hope you just are catching what's happening here. I'm literally doing this to you. I could tell you, hey, you need to go learn how to persuade. And you'd be like, who are you? Like, what do you, like, why, like, what is going on, right? But if I say, hey, you want money, right? You're like, yeah, I want money. I said, well, in order to do that, you have to get someone to actually give you money. You can't make it. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Then I show you, well, you don't want to convince people. That's not what you want. You're like, yeah, I don't want that. You want to give people a persuasion. Like, you see how I just did this on you. So it's all about creating, showing them how something is useful to solve a problem. And before you can show someone it's useful for solving a problem, they must actually have the problem. And this problem it's only going to lead them to act if there is ample enough pain. So my legs, this is going to be really weird, but for some reason my legs have been like going numb in the shower. right? And it was just like a little bit numb, like here and there, just really weird whenever like the heat would hit them. And so I didn't really worry about it. I was kind of like, it's just some normal human glitch that's going on just for me getting older. But there was not a whole lot of pain when it first started. Like it was a pain level of probably like 2. I wasn't really concerned. But then one day, after I got out of the shower, my legs were completely numb, like scary pain level of like 20. And I immediately did what? I looked up a doctor in the area and I booked a call with the doctor. So the doctor literally is going to solve my problem. So you can have a problem, but if you don't turn that pain knob up, people aren't going to act. So pain leads to action. And this is why copywriting and persuasion is so important, is you must show people their pain. Because they're in pain, but you just need to make them aware of it and turn that pain up to the point where they're actually going to take action. So this is it, guys. Like, this is how you do it. This is how you get people to do what you want, is you must align what you want, make them want what you want. And you do that by making them aware of their problem, aligning it with their goals, and turning up the pain until they feel like they need to act. So for instance, I was going to do this on you right now, in real time. I said, look, bro, the reason you don't know, or the reason you're not making money online is not because of your business model. It's not because you don't know SMA or dropshipping or any of that. It's because you do not know how to persuade people. And if you just knew how, you could make a ton of money. And so, bro, if you're tired of seeing your parents look at you disapprovingly and stuck going to that 9 to 5 every single day and stuck going back to college, if it's the summer for you right now, sorry, this truck is going crazy. If it's the summer for you right now and you are dreading having to go back to school in the fall because you can't make money online, you need to learn how to persuade, right? What am I doing in that situation? I'm having a very specific pain point. Why? Because I've been in your shoes before. I remember what it's like to not want to go back to college in the summer. So specific pain is going to crank that pain knob up on their problem and get them to take action, which means you get people to do what you want, right? By persuading them. Do not be needy. Just persuade. Just show them how it benefits them, and align your interests. And yeah, hopefully that helps you guys.